When I dismantled the frame, I took out the old rubbers that belonged in these spaces here, and unfortunately they've been painted with black metal paint, and being 40 years old they'd turned to stone, so I opted to buy, at great expense, some new fresh rubbers. Each one of these was about 5 or 6 quid each, so we've got 6 rubbers, that's 30 quid just to hold the side panels on. One down. And there's 2 annoying ones at the back here which I'm going to reverse from the way they came out, because the previous owner had painted them and I can't get all the paint off the rubber. I have a feeling these are going to be a fight because they're a bugger to get out. And being slightly old, they're quite hard. I'm willing to bet that the Japanese did not pay a guy to lie on his back doing this. It's easier to get them from the back because of the way the hole's shaped. They're the 2 grommets that support the rear fender. And they're essential that they're in there, and I'm glad I fitted them now rather than later, because that would have been a pig of a job. So I thought it was time that I looked at the triple tree and get that back into place. I originally said when I was dismantling this that I wasn't going to get new bearings top and bottom, but given that I promptly dropped balls all over the floor, and that, talking to a friend of mine, he said you might as well just do them while you're at it. I bit the bullet and ordered a new kit for it, it came with everything you needed. The kit includes new bottom race, new washer, and also a new rubber O-ring to go at the bottom, so it's quite complete in that respect. So I'm going to fit those to the bottom of the yoke. Metal washer, rubber seal, followed by the bearing race itself. And from my video that I've just rewatched, it's got the curved largest face upwards. I've not had to fit traditional type ball bearings before, so I am trying to work out the best way of doing this without dropping the ball bearings everywhere. And I was just checking for size and fit here, and the way I'm hoping to do it is not to do the bottom balls first, but to load the top balls into this race, and then I can use the weight of the yoke to hold them in place whilst I load the bottom ones, and then wind this back up and draw those balls into the bottom of the system. And hopefully that way it means that we can do it without dropping everything everywhere, and I don't have to worry about controlling the balls at the top. That's the theory. There may be some swearing. As a side note, there are 42 individually wrapped ball bearings that I have to unpackage now. I've packed both the top and bottom races with a ton of grease, not just for lubrication purposes but also to help hold the balls in place when I load them up, and hopefully that way we won't lose any. I'm assuming of course they're even top and bottom, I don't know for sure. Right, that's 21 balls installed in there. I'm hoping when I lower this down they'll all be pushed to the outside. Yes, they've all been nicely seated around the outside. Very good. Now we should have 21 balls to put into the bottom race. Now the idea is to screw this up and just clamp them into place without disturbing the top race. That's the theory anyway. Lovely. Something worked. Okay, that's not tightened up, but it is free running. And I've got a brand new nut for the top here because the old one was really rusty. I just think a nice new one would set it off nicely. Worth a few quid. I'm not going to tighten that because these will need to be movable.